Howdy, folks. I'm Spring Forward Brian.
I'm Sleepy Amber.
And here's some Sunday morning Spring Forward Reddit. Alright, folks, our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk for Buying Plan B for My Nephew? I'm a 51-year-old female, and I live with my husband Brian, no relation, only around a half hour away from my sister Lisa, a 56-year-old female, brother-in-law Harold, a 55-year-old male, and my nephew Robbie, an 18-year-old male. Robbie is in his senior year of high school, and honestly has always been a good kid. I love that little brat. However, last night I was in the middle of watching Cobra Kai when Brian was at work. I get a frantic call from Robbie. I'll spare the details, but he said that he had no money and was in an emergency and needed Plan B for his girlfriend, an 18-year-old female. He begged me not to tell his parents, and I agreed. It was worth noting that he doesn't have a car just yet, and apparently neither does his girlfriend. The kid was freaking out and screaming on the phone, so I took some time to calm him down and reassured him that his future was not ruined and everything was going to be okay. Well, I went to a nearby CVS and I bought 2 Plan Bs in case it happened again in the future, and drove down to Robbie. My sister and brother-in-law were out for the night, and Robbie couldn't thank me enough. I told him not to mention it and advised him to stay careful in the future. Robbie begged me to keep this between us, and I agreed to spare him the embarrassment. Unfortunately, I got a call from Lisa this morning, and she had found the other Plan B in Robbie's room drawer while she was cleaning the bathroom. She said that it was out of line for me to go and do that behind her back and that I should have told her and Harold. I said that Brian was freaking out and I didn't want to embarrass him or make him feel bad, and I think she means Robbie there. But Lisa said that I was a jerk for interfering with her parenting, and that me advising him to stay careful in the future was an inappropriate thing to say to my own nephew. It's literally gotten to a point where Harold and even a couple of Lisa's friends have been messaging me. I haven't even told Brian about this to keep Robbie's word. I wasn't judging him at all. I was just really trying to help. Am I the jerk? All right, folks, what do you think? Jerk or not the jerk?
Not the jerk. OP's nephew needed help, and she gave him help that he needed. I don't understand why the parents aren't happy that he and his girlfriend are making safe choices. That should be their main concern.
Yeah.
And the whole, you shouldn't have told him to stay safe. Like, what should Opie say? Oh, just, don't have a care in the world. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, I think the thing is that there's a reason why Robbie isn't approaching their parents. And I think it's pretty clear why that is from this, message post here. And OP is a person that Robbie can trust, and he felt safe bringing this to her. And I think even if he felt safe telling his parents, if he still went and told his aunt and was like, can you please keep this a secret? There's still nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. And it's more important that people get the help that they need when they need it than to just be like, oh no, go talk to your parents or go do this or that, right? And also, emergency contraceptive is one of those things where it needs to be taken as soon as possible. Mm-hmm. It doesn't stop fertilization or implantation. It only prevents ovulation. So it's one of those things where you really need to take it before ovulation, and there are all kinds of other considerations at hand, like there are weight factors, there are time factors, there's just, a lot of different things. So it's really one of those things that you really need to be careful about, and certainly you don't want to have to rely on only emergency contraceptive if you don't have to. So anyhow, take care and good luck, OP. And Biscuit Boy 967 says, not the jerk, and I would reply to every single text with, I'm not sorry and I'll do it again. And OP replies, don't put that temptation into my mind. All right, folks, it is tea time. Grab your beverages of choice. I've got some coffee right here. And Amber, she's got a joke for us.
What happens when you sing in the shower and get shampoo in your mouth?
I guess it depends on the type of shampoo. Because if you got special types of shampoo that turn you into a monster, then I guess you would turn into a monster if you took that shampoo.
Well, let's just assume it's just regular shampoo.
Oh, it's regular shampoo? It's not Monster Production shampoo. Okay, well, you see, a very complicated process occurs when you get shampoo in your mouth. And basically, it turns you into a blob of jelly. And it's a pretty horrific thing. So never get shampoo in your mouth when you shower.
Brian, don't misinform people. You're going to scare the children.
Children don't watch the show.
You never know. It becomes a soap opera.
It becomes a soap opera? That makes sense. I like it. And yes, Amber's right. You don't turn into I don't know who's going to actually believe this. But yes, you don't turn into a soap blob if you get soap in your mouth.
I mean, I believed for a very long time that if I swallowed toothpaste, I would die, so...
Yeah, that's because you were a small child, and your mom told you that. There's a difference.
Even I didn't outgrow it until I was an adult.
And like I said, I have coffee. All right, folks. That's all the time we have for today. Thanks so much for watching. Happy Sunday morning, Reddit. Hopefully this leap forward, if you are experiencing it, is going all right for you. Because it always messes with my schedule a little bit. Amber, what's the moral of the story? And make it involve at least 1 hour time differential.
I guess a moral of the story is that when someone close to you needs your help, then it's great to help them, and it's better to get emergency contraception sooner than later. So, if you can get it today instead of waiting a few days, that's more than an hour's time differential. That's the best course of action.
Sure, I'll buy it. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you all tomorrow.
Bye.